break it up, men, but it's time to change the subject for just about 60 seconds.
Oh, helps if I unmute the mic. Welcome. We are live. That's right, live in the rat hole. My name's Dave Chapman. How are you all doing tonight? Hey Jim, how's it going? No, this is I picked this game up at Origins Game Fair. It's not new, but it is on the newer side. Do I have a date? 2002. So it came out kind of at the end of the pandemic. So it is relatively new. For those who are not seeing, we are going to be playing some For Northwood. It is a solo trick-taking game. So that's a bit of a unique thing, even just by its lonesome self. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, Jim, especially for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Cheers. You know what? I'm going to do this as a... No, I'll do it at the end, just in case he tunes in. I've just come back from the Edmonton Fringe Festival. Of course, last week I was at the Calgary Fringe Festival working on Happy Go Lucky. And Happy Go Lucky is right now at the Edmonton Fringe. It is... Her show tonight goes live in about 20 minutes. It's an amazing puppet show. I'll show you a little preview at the end if I remember. But she is sold out. She sold out her entire run. On day one, she had 3 out of 4 of her first 4 shows sold out. It's incredible. If you're going to be in Vancouver, she will be at the Vancouver Fringe Festival as well. Please go see it if you can, because the lucky in Happy Go Lucky is if you get to go see it. I also got to check out a good friend of mine, Chris Campbell, who has occasionally popped in on this channel, but very rarely. Getting on more often, doing a show called The Suitcase Circus. It is technically a kid's show, but really just fun in general. As well, it is Major League Quad Ball, formerly Quidditch, Major League Quad Ball Championship weekend. Congratulations to the New York Titans for winning their 3rd title. To celebrate, I'm wearing my MLQ Worlds Weekend jersey. This is the jersey I got when I was playing in a fantasy draft tournament the week after the World Cup in New York City. It was a great opportunity for me. It was a great time. So despite the fact that it makes me look like a sausage, we're going to wear that jersey. So stalling aside, let's take a look and see. So this is For Northwood. Often I'll do an opening. I'll just play it cold. I had the chance to play this a little bit over the weekend. Not a lot. So I'm going to try and explain this to you. It's not big. Like I said, this is the size of the box. It is a really nice box, though. It's a little slidey box. There is additional character cards that can be played once you get used to the basic rules. I'm not using those right now. But as I said, this is a solo trick-taking game. What that means is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of playing against opponents and trying to win tricks, you are playing... It is a precision trick-taking game. You're trying to pick up exactly the correct amount. So you'll see here, there is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 different tricks that you are trying to win by getting exactly that many number of tricks. Number of hands, number of tricks. The plot of this game is that you are going around having conversations with various rulers, trying to bring them to your side. So we have a bunch of characters here. Rather than doing it that way, let me just click, and click. Where's the button I need? Ah, there it is. So we're just going to zoom in here so you can see a little bit better. So up here we have allies. These are the jacks that come with it. Jack of leaves, Jack of eyes, Jack of claws, and Jack of flowers. During each of my hands, I can use these abilities. Or if I have already won over the favor of these other rulers, I can substitute them in. They reset after every hand, so you can always use all of them. There are 4 different suits, as you can see: flowers, claws, eyes, and leaves. Eyes, leaves, claws, flowers. Same thing with these rulers. When you go to a particular fiefdom for these conversations, is what they are. The suit of these characters is the trump suit. I will draw a card, a card of hands. Wow. A hand of cards. And I will be using those cards to have a conversation with the above rulers, and they will have their side of the conversation simply by drawing. Standard trick taking. If ruler has taken a 4 of eyes, I have to play the same suit if I can. So in that case, I would play a 7 of eyes. That's all I have in my hand. I would win that trick. If I was trying to get 0 tricks, I would have lost. That's not great. Let's say I didn't have that 7. Let's say I only had a 7 of leaves. Well, that is off suit. I can't play on suit. That's going to lose. This is good. Unless I was working with one of the regals from one of those from that fiefdom. They represent the trump card. So whoever you were talking to, that's their favorite topic. King and Queen of Leaves love talking about leaves. But they started talking about eyes, and then you kind of redirected them into leaves. So this would be a win. Again, if I was trying to get 0, that would be bad. If I was trying to get 7, that might be good. So I'm going to clicky. That's the short version of this game. That is basically it. I will go through a little bit more. And I'm going to be showing you off the most basic version of this game. There, as I said, there are additional character cards. There's also an entire different booklet here called The Noisy Year, which actually has a bunch of scenarios that you can go through and try to defeat in an attempt to get through the year. And with each scenario has different regulations, different rules, different goals, etc., etc. So I've shuffled up these cards. I'm going to shuffle up the royals now, and I'm going to deal those out to the fiefdoms up at the top here. The birdie at the top of the arrow represents where I'm going to go. I can go wherever the heck I want, but that just shows where you are. So I will be having a conversation with the Queen of Flowers, whose ability, should I succeed in swaying her favor, is to place the top card of the score pile face down on top of the deck. and I have to win 0 tricks in order to gain her favor. The King of Claws. Put the highest valued card or cards in your hand into the scoring pile. And that's 1 trick. If I win 2 tricks, and again, you have to visit these places to do so. The King of Eyes. Name any suit, draw 2 cards, then discard all cards of that suit in your hand. So that would be really beneficial if I was over here trying to get 0 suits. Want to get rid of all of those things. The Queen of Claws. Drop the top card from the deck, the discard pile, and the scoring pile. And a hat trick. I've got my hat. It's true. How's it going, Tom? Glad to see you here. Thank you for joining me. The Queen of Leaves. Use the ability of the ruler on the fief you are visiting. That's in the 4. Queen of Eyes. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck and return them in the same order. 6, King of Leaves. Look at the top card of the deck. Exchange it with a card in your hand. And I, earlier in the day, shuffled these cards into the main deck and clearly have missed one trying to fish them out. So let's quickly go through here. See if we can find it. There we are. King of Flowers. Discard 2 cards whose value exactly sum to 9. So, once again, for those who are just, got any cheese? No, Tom, I have no cheese. I do have a really good local beer, though. It's a gig beer. I'm going to quickly go through the scoring. I'm going to go through it directly from the book so that I am remembering exactly how that works. In front of the rulers, playing out your dialogues. Ending the visit. Once you've visited all 8 fiefs, the game ends. Each friendly fief gives you victory points equal to the number of stars on their card. Friendly fiefs give you points whether their ruler is still on their card or was called in as a substitute. It was 3, 4, 5. They get harder as you get to the outsides there. Add the total victory points to your final score. You win it with a score of 16 or higher. You may also yawn. Excuse me. You may also choose a difficulty level before starting and set its minimum score as a cutoff for a game win. There we go. And just so we've got it here. So to play, again, we're having a dialogue here. Activate one of your ally abilities if you want. Place the top card of the deck face up into the discard pile. That's the ruler's statement. Choose 1 card in your hand as your response. What cards you can play follow the stated rules. Wow, I have not been yawning all day, and suddenly I'm yawning. Wow, what is it with this? Your response must be the same suit as the ruler's statement if able. This is called following suit. If and only if you cannot follow suit, you may instead play any card. You score a point in the dialogue if your response is a higher card of the same suit as the ruler's statement, or the ruler's statement doesn't match the ruler's card suit, but the response does. Sorry, what? Oh, if you trump. Yeah. If you score, place your response card into the score pile face up. Otherwise, place it into the discard pile as well. So that gives you a way to regain those cards with some of these abilities. Easy enough. All right. So, welcome again for anyone who's just joining us. If you are joining us from X, from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS's X account, please consider popping over to my YouTube channel so you can become part of the conversation. That is youtube.com/TheRatHole, DOTCA. It is the same user on X. I just can't go live on it because they changed those rules, as well as on Twitch. So if you would much prefer to watch this, you can also do it on Twitch. On Facebook it is, and Instagram is just therathole.ca, as in the URL. But if you were on one of those other formats, we can actually see your comments. So we can actually wave back at you, and like Jim. I can tell Tom here that I do not, in fact, have any cheese. But you can see I can bring you up. We can actually see what's going on and have a conversation with you. By all means, you are welcome to do so. So let's take a look, see where do I and play a game of For Northwood. Boop. All right, who do I want to see first? I'm gonna save the Queen of Leaves. I'm gonna go with the Queen of Claws. We're gonna go over here. So I need to win 3 points in this conversation. All right. I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go to the rule book and make sure that is, in fact, the correct amount. Yes, draw 8 cards. I am remembering that correctly. So this is my hand. This is going to represent the conversation we are having. And I'm going to move my screen over there. And I will pop in so that we can see what's going on. If I want, I can use any of these abilities. So just to go through those, the Jack of Flowers lets me discard all cards that match the current ruler's suit. Current ruler is the Queen of Claws, so I could discard any claws I have in my hand. I actually don't have any claws. The upside to that is I can't trump anything. The downside to that is I can't trump anything. Jack of Eyes. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Jack of Leaves. Exchange the ruler on the fief you're visiting with a neutral ruler up to 2 fiefs away. So, let me just move my camera. So here's where I'm visiting. I could swap her out for any of those. Do I want to do that? Put the highest value card or cards in your hand into the score pile. I like that that's low. That's a good place for that. Name any suit. Draw 2 cards. Discard all cards of that suit in your hand. It would be a good way for me to get rid of a whole lot of flowers. Oh, I do have a claw. Use the ability of the ruler of the fief you're visiting. Don't actually want to do that. But I want to get that eventually. Queen of Eyes. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Return them in the same order. I actually like that ability. So I am gonna do that. We're going to use the Jack of Leaves. Exchange those 2. Now I still have to win 3 points. I have only still 1 trump, being Eyes. So that's not great. So let's see what the conversation is. Now let's get rid of that there banner. Boom. All right. So the Queen of Eyes starts her conversation with a 2 of Leaves. It's a wonderful spring day. Look at those pretty leaves out there. Small talk with leaves. Now, when I look at my hand, I only have 1 card with leaves, so I must play that. That being the 6. So I win that suit. I'm going to put that over there as the score pile. And then a 3 of Claws. So again, I have to follow suit, which means I have a 5 of Claws, which means I have won that. Now I've won 2. That's not necessarily a good thing, right? Depending on what else happens, because I only want to win 3. Next up, 8 of Claws. This is a good thing. This is good, because I don't have any more claws. So my options at this point, I could trump it, because I do have a trump, or I could get rid of some of these other cards. I'm going to keep that trump as theoretically I'm going to win. I'm going to slough off that 7. So I lose that point. But I wanted to lose that point. 2. See, this is not good, but I have a 1. Oops, that should have gone in here. So I can, in fact, lose that as well. 2 of claws. Again, I don't have anything. So we're going to slough that off. 4. Oh, now this is where it gets hard. On the good side, I'm not going to win that. On the other hand, that leaves me a little bit hard up for these next 2 conversations, because I have yep. So I was not able to do that. I'm now out of hands. That ends this hand. I only won 2 points, which means I have failed because I needed 3 points. I'm going to double check what that means at this point. We're just going to double check what happens at the end of that. After completing a dialogue or fully resolving an ability, if either your hand or deck is empty, the visit ends immediately. You can't end visits early, nor can you activate abilities after the visit ends. Once the visit ends, count the number of cards in your score pile. If it's exactly equal to the fight's target score, it wasn't. The ruler is now friendly. Slide the card down a bit. If it is not equal to the target score, your discussions have unfortunately failed. Remove that ruler from the game and flip the 5 face down. So I've lost that. That's not great. Then I shuffle everything together. So we'll go back through. We will shuffle in these other cards. Now I can go to any of these that I want to go to. I don't have to move 1 at a time. I don't have to move 3 at a time, 4 at a time, whatever it may be. I just move. Also, I reset that. So the game will only ever last 7 rounds, because there's only 7 fights. Pretty simple, this. So I draw my hand 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to double check before I look at that. If I choose and then take my hand, or vice versa. Choose. Place for check, shuffle this. Hands. Choose none on visit fife. Bring in a ruler's substitute. Play with dialogues. Ruler is not friendly. Repeat until you've done that. Sorry, give me a second here. Okay, good. There it is. Review the 8 cards in your hand, then choose where to visit. So there we go. That's what I wanted to make sure that I was doing correctly. So let's see what I got here. All right, so I've got 3 eyes, 3 claws, and 2 leaves. Upside, nothing is terribly high. I've got a 7 here, which is a bit high. But really, I've got a 3, a 1, a 3, a 3. This isn't bad. This is kind of an ideal spot for me to go down to one of these harder ones, right? I have none of that trump. I have none of the Queen of Flowers trump cards. let's take a look. If I want to, I'm going to use my Jack of Eyes, which is draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So that gives me those cards. I'm going to discard that because it's a trump, and I'm going to discard my 7 because I want that high card gone. If you're holding fewer than 8 cards, I am not, so that's irrelevant. Discard all cards that match the current ruler's suit. That would also be really beneficial if I went to the King of Claws, because I only want to win one of that, and it will be a much shorter conversation. Like that. So, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the 1. I'm going to use my Jack of Claws. Nope, I'm not. I'm going to go to, sorry. There we go, Jack of Flowers. Now, if I wanted to, I could then use my Jack of Claws here, which is holding fewer than 8 cards, draw cards until you have 8 cards in your hand. That's going to be a great ability up here. I really want something short and fast here. All right, so let's take a look, see what this conversation that we are about to have has to say, shall we? A 2. All right, so this is the 2 of Eyes. This is not a great start. This is going to be the one I win. I can't win anything else or I'm hooped. Okay? 5. I only have a 3. I lose. Good. 4. I have nothing. So I can slough off the 5. I have nothing. I can slough that off. Bang. My hand is empty. I have only received 1 point. So with that, what I do is I come up here and I have succeeded in making them friendly. So we just kind of go like that. Just to remind us that that has happened. Very, very simple. And we repeat. So again, we're going to take all that. So while you have a scoring pile in this most basic version of the game, what's in the score pile doesn't affect your score, is the number of cards you have in there. But it then lets you mess with things. So this is good, but interesting. I'm going to check the wording of something here really quickly. Score a point if response is higher. Well, you score, place your thing in the score pile, otherwise place in the discard pile. Ending the visit. After completing a dialogue or fully resolving an ability, it's either your hand or the deck is empty, visit ends, blah, 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 blah. Once the visit ends, count the number of cards in the score pile. So yes, using the King of Claws, as near as I can tell, is there a FAQ in here? Not a memory game. I'm going to go to the FAQ, the more detailed FAQs, I think, if I choose to use that King of Claws, which I'm sure I will, but I want to do that later. Meanwhile, I can reset these. I'm not going to be using him at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, what have I got here? I've got a reasonably good selection. I've also got I've got a couple of 6s, a couple of 7s. So I've got a good chance of being able to win more than I think I can. I think I'm going to take a gamble here. I'm going to come all the way over to the King of Leaves. The King of Leaves is a 6. So I need to get 6 points out of these 8 cards. Trump is Leaves. I have 3 of those, including a fairly high one. So I think this might be a good time to do that, right? Right. So let's take a look. Do I want to use any of my allies' abilities? Discard all cards that match the current ruler's suit. Definitely not. Okay. I'm going to put this, I'm going to switch this to over here because, so this table is not perfectly level and I've got a bump. This is right where the seam is, right here. So it's, and they are, new, so a little bit on the slipperier side. If you're folding through the 8 cards and knots are not relevant at the moment. Draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. Not a terrible plan. There's no reason not to do that. Exchange the ruler for a neutral ruler up to 2 5s away. I kind of actually don't mind that. So we're going to keep that aside. We're going to draw 2 cards, though. So I've got a 5 of paws and a 4 of eyes. So I'm going to get rid of that 3 for that 4. And I'm going to discard that 5 that I just drew. That's it. All right, so let's see what the conversation is with the King of Leaves. He's going to start off having a conversation about eyes. Look at that. I can lose this particular suit. I don't have a choice. But I'm going to play that. So I'm going to play the 4. Get that out. Keep that 5 for a little bit later. 7 of flowers. That's not good. Because I only have a 6 of flowers. So I'm now down to 6 cards. And I have to win 6 points. So this is getting serious. 3 of leaves. I will take the 4 of leaves. Excellent. Downside, that's a trump. 8 of leaves. Well, phooey. I now have a problem. So, I'm going to double check the timing in my handy dandy rule book again. Just to see what is what. As near as I can tell, I can activate that ally ability once any darn time I want. So I'm going to hold off for just a second, but I'm definitely going to be doing some of this. So, 8. That's not good. I still only have 1 point. 3 cards, so I need 2 more cards, guaranteed. 5, I get a 7. Unfortunately, again, that was a trump, so that's not ideal. 8, I've only got a 5. So as soon as I play this, I lose. So I'm going to use my Jack of Claws to draw back up to 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more cards. That's a whole bunch of low crud. That's not great. 1 of paws. On the upside, 7 of paws. So that's good. 2 of paws. The only thing I can do is to play a trump. So I'm up to 4 points here. I'm going to have some problems. 4 of paws. Garbage. I'll pick that up in a minute. 8. Garbage. 2. Garbage. 1. I will take that with a 3. 7. Garbage. And 3. Also garbage. So that ends it. Even though I've run out of cards, the deck is also out of cards. Either of those ends the conversation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My goal was 6. So once again, I has failed in my attempt to bring the King of Leaves to myself. That's a failure completely and totally. Not great. I don't love that. I took a risk. It did not pay off. That's kind of how risk works, right? So we're going to give these another shuffle. I should have subbed in my King of Claws. All right, let's see what I got here. So I've got 3 eyes, 3 leaves, a claw, and a flower. So King of Flowers is my 7 over here. I want to do that when I have a lot of high cards and or a high bunch of flowers. King of Eyes, I could swap. So if I swap this out, Queen of Flowers. Also, again, I have very little of that. I think I can make this work. So we're going to go over here. We will draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. Ooh, those are nice. All right. And we'll discard 2 cards. So I'm going to discard that 6 and that 6. Even though these are trumps. So I'm going to discard those. I can discard all cards that match that suit. So that's also good. The King of Claws would actually actively be bad, but I have to double check that. So I think we're going to run with this. All right. So keep putting it over here. I got to put it there instead. 4 of paws. Excellent. I can lose with a 2 of paws. Again, we want to lose here. This is what we want. 6. Cool. I don't have that. It's the trump. Anything I play is going to lose, so we will play that. 1. Well, I just won, which means I just lost, but we will continue. 6, slough to 3, 7, slough to 4, 2, slough to 3. I won a point. So I lose there as well. This is the thing. This is a precision game, right? It is a precision trick game, not just win all the crap you can. Bah, humbug. So I've lost that. I've lost that. I've lost that. Reset these. We will give this a shuffle. So not doing great. 3, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what we've got here. Moderately low stuff. A couple of 7s. I feel like the answer is I should go for the 2. Because I can again. But we're going to go ahead and use my Jack of Eyes. Draw 2 more cards. 8 of paws. And 2 of leaves. So if I get rid of that and that. This is risky. This is going to be a risky play here. I can then use discard all the cards that match the current ruler. So we can get rid of all those as well. And there we go. So now we've got a much tighter conversation to have. Let's see what this does. Jam, looks like you're losing more than you're winning. Yeah, so far, yes. Because it is a precision game, right? So I've won 1 and lost 3. I have only 4 more opportunities here. Whether it's enough to win the game, I don't know. Because that's 3. This is a 2, 4. I'm not actually sure I can physically win the game at this point. But we're going to do this anyway. So, 7 of flowers. I can not win that. Good. 7 of paws. I cannot win that. I have a feeling I'm going to end up boning myself. 6, 4, 6, 1. So I have to win this. I've already lost, actually. Nope. Stop. I'm going to go ahead and use my Jack of Claws, which is every bit as risky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. right. This is not the end of the world. This is still a bunch of low cards. 3. 4 is a win. You can only win one more. 4. 5. Now, can I lose the rest of these? 8. That's good. 5. I can slough off whatever I want. Nope. I have a 3, so I have to play that, which is fine. 6. 4. 1. I can slough off whatever I want. 5. I can slough off whatever I want. As long as it's not something ridiculous. Boom. Conversation over. Yo. So, I've gotten 2 points. My goal was 2. I have, in fact, brought the King of Eyes over to like me. Yay! Best of luck. Yeah, well, I definitely got lucky on that. So let's see. What is left? I feel like I'm going to be replacing that Jack of Flowers and the Jack of Leaves. But let's take a look at what's going on before I do that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not bad. It'd be nice to have a few more trumps in here, but I've got some good. I've got 2 8s, 2 7s, a 5. Yeah, no, we're gonna go for the King of Flowers. We are going to swap out the Jack of Flowers for the King of Claws. No, we're not. Yeah, we are. And the Jack of Leaves. So at the end of this, these are going to get discarded, no matter what, whether I've used them or not. Six. I have an 8. So there we go. 3. I will take the 5 and win that. 4. I have a 7. 5. I have an 8. 2. I have a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. I have nothing, but I have trumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to win 2 more. So I'm going to take that and trump it. I can only win 1 more. 7. I made the correct decision. Maybe. So I'm going to use... I can't because I just drew that. So I still have to play that. I'm going to use my King of Claws to put the highest valued card or cards in my hand into my score pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. King of Flowers likes me. But King of Claws and King of Eyes, who I did not use, have decided they're done. They are no longer available to me. They've helped as much as they can. The King of Flowers is discard 2 cards whose value is a sum of exactly 9. So we're going to go for that Queen of Leaves, almost guaranteed, because it's kind of a useless one otherwise. But 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That gives me a lot of trump. Almost a just terrifying amount of trump, quite frankly. I'm going to go over here. I could. Okay, so I'm going to pull in the King of Flowers just to be on the safe side. Let's do this thing, shall we? So an 8 of flowers. I have no flowers. This is not the end of the world. If I want it, I can trump it. I don't want it, so I'm going to actually slough off that 8. Which is risky, but I have some pump up stuff here. 8. I have a 5. 5. I have a 3. 2. I have nothing, so I can slough off the 1. So, actually, no. I am gonna win that. I'm gonna win that with a 2. 7. I'm gonna win that with a 4. 7. I'm gonna win that with an 8. 1. Can win that with a 6. Now, basically, I just have to not win that. I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I needed 4. So, Queen of Leaves is my friend. The King of Flowers did nothing for me. But that's okay. So, this will be the last round. The last round is I will be visiting the Queen of Claws. Draw the top card from the deck, discard pile, and score pile. And I'll definitely replace the Jack of Leaves with Queen of Leaves, because the Jack does jack all in this context. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I needed 5. I got 2 trumps. It's not the end of the world. I can get behind this. I can get behind this. 7. That's a 1. That's a win. 2. I'll use the 3. That's a win. 7. Loss. 8. I can slough off whatever the heck I want. Or I can trump it. I feel like trumping it's a good plan. 6. I have a 7. So now at 4, I can only win one more hand, but I do have some fairly low cards. 6. Get rid of that 4. So now it doesn't matter what this is, as long as it is not a leaf, I can slough one of those off. It is a 4 of pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is actually bad. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5. I'm not going to win with that. I will use my Queen of Leaves. Use the ability of the ruler of the fief you are visiting. Actually, first I will use my Jack of Eyes. 1, 2. Then discard 2 cards. I can put them in whatever order I want. I'm going to put them like this. Then I will use my Queen of Leaves. Draw the top card from the deck, the discard pile, and my score pile. So this is a risky proposition at this point. I've now got an 8 and a 6, and a 1 and a 7. 3. Oh, we're going to take that with the 7. So again, but I'm still now only at 4. Because I drew that. 8. Lose it with a 1. 2. I will take it with the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2. Slough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I needed a 5. So that is a win. So what that gives me is an end of the game. Get these out of the way here. So now I add up my points. Points are the stars at the top. As I said, they start small in the middle and work their way out. So I've got a 1, a 2, a 4, a 2, a 3. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. So I did not, in fact, win, because the limit for winning is 16. But that's not bad for, losing, right? Like, it could have been way worse. Am I wrong there? I think that's not bad. So I think we're gonna play this again. That's what I think we're gonna do. I'm gonna reset all of this. I'm still not going to break into these other cards just yet. I think that's a terrible plan until I've actually won something. Shuffle. So we're going to go from 0 to 7 here and deal out these other critters. King of Leaves. Look at the top card of the deck. Exchange it with a card in your hand. King of Flowers in the 1. Discard 2 cards whose value sum exactly 9. Queen of Claws. Draw the top card from the deck. Discard pile and score pile. Queen of Eyes in the 3. Look at the top 3 cards of the deck. Return them in the same order. Queen of Flowers. Place the top card of the score pile face down on top of the deck. King of Claws. Put the highest value card or cards of your hand into the scoring pile. King of Eyes. Name a suit. Draw 2 cards. Discard all cards from that suit. And Queen of Leaves. Use the ability of the ruler on the fief you are visiting. All right. So here we go. Game number 2. We'll take a pause for just a half a second here. So if you are just joining us, thank you. That'd be cool. At least you'll get some different cards in the middle around. Yes, exactly. Next, I might play 2 more games of this, specifically so I can crack these in, whether I think I'm ready for them or not. Just to do it. So people can see them, because that's kind of important. That's the whole point of doing this, is for people to see things. Shock. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're gonna be good. Woo! Cheers. All right. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? 5, 3. A bunch of. That's not bad. I'm going to go to my King of Flowers. And draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Draw 1 and a 4. I'm going to get rid of that 6 and 5 in the trump suit of flowers to make it less likely that I'm going to win things. So let's see what happens. 1 of flowers. So in order to win that, I have to play on suit. I have to play the 4. 7 of eyes. I don't want to win anything else, so I'm only going to play the 1 of eyes and slough that off. 5 of eyes. Well, I'm now boned. I've just won 2 and I can only win 1. Yeah, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Well, we'll finish the conversation. 6, 5, 7, 4, 8, 3, 4, 3, 5, 2. But I won 2 out of 1. King of Flowers does in fact not like me. Disappoint. See, this is the thing with it being a precision game. And any precision trick-taking game is hard if you're not going to get it, because you can never be sure. You can only kind of bet on it. I'm sorry. Big yawn. Jim, is that a single-player game, or can you play it with someone else? It is, in fact, a solo trick-taking game. So this is a single-player game only, which is nice. I mean, there is something to be said for games that you can only do that with. Hey, I just got a new subscriber. Thank you, Gary, for subscribing to the channel. We appreciate that immensely. Do definitely need to get that subscriber count up over on the YouTubes to really be able to do anything at all. So I greatly appreciate that. Reset that. So, and these guys have several more solo games that are all very small. Like this is a small, barely bigger than a standard deck of cards. It's about the same size as like a big Magic deck or collectible card game deck. So if you were to go on a hike by yourself, bring this with you. You go on a trip and you just want something to do. This is great. Toss it in your backpack. Toss it in the airplane. It's a little bit big for an airplane. If you had 2 seats, it wouldn't be so bad, but I think you'd have a hard time playing this on just on an airplane by yourself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know why I'm so yawny. All right. I have a whole whack load of these. So here's a thought. I'm going to go for 0. Okay. I'm going to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. We've got an 8. We've got a 2. So this is good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ditch that for the 8. And ditch that for the 2. So now let's look at my hand. If I zoom in on myself here, I got this giant mitt full of stuff. So can I? Oh no, I miscalculated. I was about to exchange a ruler that is visiting for a neutral ruler up to 2 5s away. My Queen of Flowers is 3 away. I just screwed myself royally. To the point where I'm not even going to play this hand. I'm just going to accept the loss. That was... You know what? I'm going to cheat just to see what it would have done. Okay? I've lost this. Okay? I'm going to concede that I have lost it. But let's pretend that they were a flower. Let's say I was able to bring the Queen of Flowers over here. All right? Let's just think. So if I then took out discard Jack, discard all of that. 1, 2. So I still would have lost. Wouldn't have mattered. That is an amazing amount of how did I lose that? 1, how did I screw that up so bad? But 2, I still managed to lose with a 2. Or more accurately, win with a 2, which then lost. Kind of a disaster, don't you think? Boo. Well, now. That's no good. So I would like to point out that's a 3 and a 4 star. So that's 7 points evaporated. Ugh. All right, got a whole whack of claws here. Well, sure. Let's try the Queen of Claws. We're gonna do the same thing. Draw 2, 1, 2. Discard that for that. And that for that. And then we're going to... Now we will try this whole discard everything that... So I'm going to get rid of all of my trumps. So I have 3 cards to win 2 tricks without any trump. This is not the end of the world. Let's see if we can make it work, shall we? 3. I have no trumps. I'm screwed. I have to win. 3, 7. I win. 3, 8. I win. Hand is over. I got 2 points. I needed 2 points. Queen of Claws likes me. Yay. So the Queen of Claws ability is to draw the top card of the deck, discard pile, and score pile. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is not a bad hand. Run up to the King of Claws. Means I have to win 5. Let's draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. 1, 2. We will place that with that, and that with that. So I've got a decent chance here. So let's start this out. 8. 6 loses. That's fine. 2. 3 wins. Actually, 6 wins. 8. 4 loses. 3. 5 wins. 2. The 1 wins. 5. 2 wins. 3. The 7 wins. So as long as the next card is not a 1 or 2 of eyes. 4. 3 loses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5. King of Claws likes me. Put the highest value cards or card in your hand into the scoring pile. Not too shabby. Eight. All right. So I got a couple of 8s. That's good. A couple of trumps. That's good. So that's a 1. Potentially, easily 4. I don't like that. We're going to go for the 6. So we're going to try the King of Eyes. Let's see what we can do with that. 2 of paws. I only have a 1 of paws, so I lose. A 1 is likely to lose no matter what, so I can't complain too much. 7 of paws. I have nothing. Let's option. I can trumpet, or I can slough something small. So I'm going to slough off that 2 of flowers. 5. I have to slough off the. I can slough off the 4, or I can win with the 8. We're going to win with the 8 because I need to get 6, and I only have 5 more cards at this point. 3. So I am going to take that with the 1. 7. I lose that with a 4. Not good, but not the end of the world. So I'm going to use my Jack of Eyes. Draw 2 cards. And replace that with that and discard that. Useless. Take that. I'm going to use my Jack of Claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really matter what I have because 2. I will take it with a 3. 6. I will take it with an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. 1. There's my 6. 5. I can slough the 1. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 7 slough the 5. 2. I win. So I win with 8. I have 8 points. I wanted 6. I won too much. That is possibly the most frustrating thing in any precision trick-taking game. When you win too much. You lose because you won. Yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Garbage. All right. I think that's the appropriate place to go with my Queen of Flowers. I'm going to bugger with anything right now, so we're just going to see what it is. So 6. I only want 4, so I'm going to slough off that 4. 3. I'm going to slough off my 2. It's a little dangerous, but again, I've got a couple of high trumps here. 5. I don't have a choice. But I'll slough off the 1. I know I won't get a 2 because I have that in my hand. 1 of eyes. All right. I have to win that one. 1 of flowers. Again, that's the trump, but I have to win it with a 7. 5. I don't have to win that. But again, I'm running out. So we're going to trump it. 8. That's a 7. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. 1, 2. Discard 2 cards. We're going to keep that trump. Oh, that was painful. That was painful. That was painful. Oh. Loss. Painful. I do appreciate everyone who's sticking with me through this disaster of a losing. So at this point, I only have 2 more hands, 2 more fiefdoms to visit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't feel bad. I've seen worse. Yeah. Oh, I'm always going to feel bad because I'm losing. But solo games aren't supposed to be easy, right? They are intended to be hard. If they're easy and you just breeze through them, that's not actually a good thing. So, this seems like a good place to deal with something. I'm going to... I'm going to put my King of Claws in for my Jack of Flowers. And my Queen for my Jack of Leaves. And we're going to go for that Queen of Leaves. Shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. Here we go, people. Here we go. 5. Win on a 6. 3. Win on a 7. 6. Win on an 8. 4. Can't do squat. So I'm going to lose. I'm going to lose it on a 1. 3. Going to lose on a 1. So I have to win again. I have to win 4 more. We are going to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. 1, 2. We're going to get rid of that for that and that for that. 6. That was not helpful. Down to 2 cards. I'm going to use my Jack of Claws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm up to 8 cards. Seven of flowers. Not helpful. Lose that with a 1. 8. Oh, Painful. 2. I can win that with a 3. So I'm up to 4. I need 7. So 3 more. 8. Lose that with a 4. 3. Win that with a 7. I have 5. So I need 2 more. 4. I have to slough. 7. Need a 6. So I will use my Queen of Claws, drawing the top card from the discard pile, the scoring pile, which is not ideal, and the deck, which gave me that. One. I can take that. Now, I have to stop for a second. There's only 1 card left here, which means this next one's the last thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have still lost. We will use my King of Claws to put my 8 in there. So unless I win on this card, I have lost. 2. I did not, in fact, win. So, Queen of Leaves loses. Only have 1 spot left. Queen of Eyes. These go away. And I did just get a message, so I'm going to actually call it after this next hand. I will come back to this another day for sure, because I haven't not enjoyed this. Like, it is legitimately a fun game. I just need to, do better, because I don't. There we go. 8. I have no one to assist me. I need to win 3 points. Yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. Let's see how this goes, shall we? 1 of Claws. I will win that with a 4. If for no other reason, because I have no choice. 4 of Leaves. Now, again, I can only win 3, so I think I'm going to slough that off with... No, I'm going to win. I'm going to take it with the 7. 6. I don't have it. I can slough off whatever the heck I want. I'm going to do that with my 8. Because I have the 8, 7, and 6 in that. So I know that I will never lose with those. 2. Again, this is trump, so anything I play is going to win me. I will ditch the 1. 2 of Paws. I'm going to ditch the 4. 1. I'll ditch the 2. I'm going to draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. 1, 2. We'll just ditch those because those are useless. 5. Gonna ditch this. So I have to win or lose or take this Jack of Claws right now. I lose. With a whopping 4 points in that game. I am not very popular in the Kingdom of Northwood. So that has been For Northwood. There's a decent chance that I will come back to this. As terrible as it was, I did enjoy it. So I will probably do it at least one more time and go from there. As for where you can find me and what we can do, oh, I didn't do that. 1 second. I'm going to pop this up. Overlay. Today is Sunday. I may or may not do something tomorrow, but you can find me on Tuesday over on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, reviewing The Girl in the Fireplace with David Tennant, 10th Doctor, and Sophia Miles, who I had the wonderful opportunity to interview some time back. She's an absolute delight. So you can join me over on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS's YouTube channel, youtube.com/ I believe it's just The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I don't have a banner for that. Do I? I sure do not. That's okay. So join me over on The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for a review of The Girl in the Fireplace on Tuesday. That is at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Afterwards, I will probably do something. I don't know what yet. I do need to do this weekend. This weekend, I will be at FallCon 37 in Calgary, which reminds me I need to message Brent and make sure he's still good for that. Make sure everything's set up for that. But yes, I will be at FallCon in Calgary all weekend long. I'll be doing a top 9 with Mel's board games. You'll have to wait and see what that is. I'll probably do some other live streams. I'll be doing some recording. I'll be doing a lot of playing of games. Please join me if you are in the Calgary area as well. Yes, Tom will also be on Tuesday. Wednesday, there's a decent chance that I might do something as well. It is, I forget why it's inconvenient. Oh, I know, because I have something in the evening, so I might do something earlier in the day. But I do have to do something in the evenings, so I will still be around before I head into Calgary for FallCon. But the plan is to head in probably Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah, so we will see that. Join me at FallCon. Subscribe to the channel because, like I said, there will definitely be some live something going on. YouTube.com/TheRatHole DOTCA. I know that Mel's Board Game Room also uses StreamYard, so in theory, I should be able to hijack her stream to me, which would be fabulous and wonderful. Yeah, that's kind of where we're sitting. Not the greatest of closing. Thank you guys ever so much for joining me. So we're going to put this up right here, and we will put on a music real nice and low right there, and we'll go over here, play that. Please, again, come join me. Please subscribe. Thank you all for joining me. And until next time, good gaming and goodbye.